Okay, I'm all set. Hi guys, Healer 74, Bruce, Mohammed. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes? No? Yeah. Oh, okay, good. Um, well, uh, great. Today, what I wanted to talk about was what do you guys, what are your plans for next year? Anybody have any watch collection plans for next year that you're considering? Anybody? Okay, well, I guess that's a lot of pressure all at once. Um, Let me give you some ideas. Hi, Rich. Sapneva, Healer 74, Sapneva. Oh, what is Sapneva? I've heard of that before. Tell us why you didn't come online on Christmas. I was out, Mohammed, me and my reindeer were out delivering packages on Christmas. Sorry, I couldn't make it. Okay, Bruce, you're done for a while. Um, Arabia Felix, no more watch buying for now. That's what 2018 was for me. I got so many watches in 2017 that I sort of took a break and I got one watch, and that was um, my Maurice Lacroix that I put in a low bid for, and they accepted it. So I pretty much had to buy it. Um, but next year I got some plans, and I want to hear from you first. Uh, Sap Neva, what is Sap Neva? US 74. I've heard of it. I can't remember who they are. Anybody on that one? Hi Steve. Anyway, what is Sap Neva? I've they're they're really good watches. I know that. Tracy Rasher, how you guys doing? Um, well, let's see. Well, I guess I'll start then. Still in the honeymoon period with my new Tudor Black Bay GMT Pepsi. Oh yeah, I like that one. I like that. I really like the way Tudor did that. That was cool. I thought. I ordered a Patek Aquanaut 13 months ago. It should come late this year. I think I wouldn't buy anything else till the Chronomet Blue comes in 2021. All right, Rick. Yeah, that's one thing. That Coronet Blue, you go through the regular channels on that one, it'll take a while. Groenfield, oh wow. Okay, yeah, Stepan Sapaneva. Yeah, his stuff is really nice. Um, Groenfield, Tracy, great. That's another one. Keeping perfect time for the last week. Um, on your Tudor, yeah, that Tudor, I like that from the first time I saw it. I thought it was a great buy. A Finnish watchmaker. Gee whiz, Finnish watchmakers. That reminds you, who's another one that we know? Carrie Wooten Lana. What is it about the Finns? They make these great watches. Are they? They at least have great watchmakers, and they don't have to move to Switzerland. Okay, let's see. It's cool. They have in-house movement this year. Yeah, and movement too, Tracy. Okay. Um, Okay, let's see. Picked up, oh, a Parmigiani Kappa graph. Oh, wow. And Toric Platinum? Holy smoke. Felix, you got a great one. Those sound like, those are neat. Um, Watches made by, the watch dial is made by KV. Really? Oh, how cool. Kerry Wooten Lonan, right? I got in trouble. Somebody got mad at me for mispronouncing Kerry Wooten Lonan. Sorry, guys. I do the best I can, though. Hey, Kaz, how's it going? Um, yes, thanks a lot. Was that yes? I mispronounced a lot. Oh, Okay. All right. Well, one of the oh my God, my phone came. How did my phone come back? I thought I got rid of it. It was there. Oh, good. In your neck of the woods. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I tell you, those deals are hard to pass up. By the way, too, speaking of deals, there's some really, really, really good deals on H. Moser's at a. Speaking of which, I got my H. Moser double hairsprings on. Henry double hairsprings. The what? Let me see. What's it called? Um, I can't blank it on the name of it. Shop worn. Shop worn is it. They had 20% off for Christmas. And so you can, my hunch is that you could knock off 20%, maybe 25% on an offer, and a good chance of getting it. And those H. Mosers are neat. They started chipping into them. They decimated the Parmigianis there. They're almost all gone. They had 13 H. Mosers. Now they got 12. That's one of the good buys that I am daily tempted by. Zenith history video soon. Who's doing it? Who's doing the Zenith history? Zenith is a neat watch. You know, let me talk. Let me say something about the whole history. H. Pioneer Custom Dial, California, and Funky Green. Oh wow! Yes, yes, indeed. I love that watch. I love it. They do Funky Green better than anybody, and green's my favorite color. Um, Tourneau retired H. Moser from their stock and they're 50% off their new watches that are left. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, that's good to know, Rich. Thank you. Um, oh, history. Yeah. Let me say something about history. The watch histories are really hard to do for a lot of reasons. Um, the um, Here's what my problem is with watch histories. There's there are watch histories. All of them were interrupted by one thing or the other. Sometimes the founder dies and the son takes over. Not too often, especially these days. There's one of the few real father-son watch things that are going on is with Lang. There's Lang and Hein, which is a company that started, I think, back in the early 2000s, and he was an apprentice to some extent to his father, Rolf Lang, and Rolf Lang just started his company about 4 years ago. So it's not Lang and Son as it is Lange und Sunden up in Glashütte, but rather it's Rolf Lang Dresden. That's one company, and then his son. They're both incredibly talented. So anyway, as anybody who has an ass knows, my grail is the Lang and Hein Frederick II that is pending. Very close, I hope. Okay, let's see. Torno in Costa Mesa indoors, not even displayed. Oh, wow, that is good to know. Uh, hmm, very good to know. Rasher, let's see, on the hunt for paddock, 5275, chiming Jimmy. Holy smoke. Yeah, that's a neat watch. Those are, I think they're fairly pricey. Um, you're going to get the Doppler Felix. It's on my list. It's on my list, and I've there's three on my list right now. The first one is the Langenheim. The second one is either the Doppler Felix or the Rolex Prince. Let's see, what else you guys have? You got your first squeaky Rolex. You got a squeaky Rolex. What's a squeaky Rolex? Squeaky Rolex? Um, okay, let's see. I will be a Seiko Puig. Let's see. It's on my list too. That watch Doppler Felix, you know. Dealer, it just builds a pedigree so other watchmakers nod their respect. I see. Okay, it squeaks. I am very much looking forward to my first FP Journe. Oh boy, yeah, that'll be that. I love FP Journes. Um, that is a watch. I have to force myself not to wear FP Journes because otherwise all my other watches won't get worn. I like wearing this H Moser. That's one I like a lot too. I like them all. I who am I fooling? Okay. Um, let's see what's going on here. Don, how you, Don? I'm thinking of selling my Rolex Hulk and Batman and buy a Patek Philippe 50, annual calendar, moon phase and white. Ooh, boy, that's a nice watch. Um, oh, it's in the band. I see. The band squeaks on your Rolex. Um, okay, look, what are some other plans? You know, one thing. Is anybody going to take up watchmaking? If so, there's please sign up with the Pretentious Watchmakers. Speaking of pretension, I joined the oh boy, I'm not even going to try to mispronounce it. And this is the Independent Watchmakers Group that FP Journe started, and they have a thing called Circle of Friends. And so I joined up with them. Hey, Marco, how you doing? Um, and so anyway, the I joined that, and there's certain kinds of information you're supposed to get, but I joined at a bad time. I think everybody was gone for over the break. Hey, Forrest, how's it going? Um, thinking about selling my Chronomet Blue. Holy smoke! Victor, you shouldn't have a hard time finding buyers for that Chronomet Blue. Um, let's see. Hey, Blue. Hello, Mr. Watch Outside. Okay. Hi, Blue. It's really funny. Victor mentioned selling his Chronomet Blue, and the Blue shows up. Don't tell me. Um, let's see. Oh, anyway, with watchmaking, that's something else that I finally I haven't made a watch in a while, and one of the reasons behind it was the I needed some some different parts. Some weird stuff happened. This was the last one I made, which was some time ago, and I've I've had a bunch of other things I have to get squared away on that. But I do now have, I got the hands when I ordered this one really nice enamel dial. That's another thing too. I was thinking of taking up enameling. That might be fun as well. Trying to get a hold of a dial. I have this one dial here, this guy. I have this dial, and what I wanted to do with this dial is to, I don't know, sandblast it or something and get it all cleared off, and then put enamel on it, and make my own dial. I'll have to get the numbers from somewhere. I don't know. I'll see what they have. There are a lot of options. This is another one. This is a California dial I'm going to be working on. I got the case finally for it. This was another dial. I had two dials. It's never happened before, and I had the cases, and they wouldn't fit in the cases, and they were for the size for 6498. So that's another thing I'm going to be doing as well. Okay, so let's see. What are some other plans you guys have for 2019 for watch collection? Oh, and by the way, too, like, let me ask again: is anybody going to take up watchmaking? and even the most simple form, it's a lot of fun. And boy, I tell you, the only thing about it is that you really have to concentrate, and it's a lot less expensive. Never. You'd be, well, wait a minute. Okay. That answered that. I don't think I have the patience for it. Yeah, that's true. It does take patience um, and concentration. Hey, Clive, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better. Um, the only watchmaker I'll be doing is changing uh, straps. Yeah. Well, okay. I like to watch the watchmakers on YouTube and see what their parts, what are all the parts. You know, I haven't been doing too much of taking them apart and putting them back together again. I got to do more of that. Um, hey, Clyde, I saw a nice, really big size millinery. The only problem with it that I saw was that it didn't have a exhibition back. That's that's something, but boy, I tell you, the one I saw was really nice. I mean, it was a big size for you, high end something, and or yeah, in something. I guess that's it. Alexander, how's it going? Books and oh my, well, they maybe the grandkids were here, so I'm surprised anything's in order. At least of all me. Um, now, hey Don, listen, you guys. About this is one of the things that I would really like us to do as watch collectors is just not say anything bad about somebody else's taste. My tastes are mine, and I don't want to put them on anybody else or scream at people. God, I tell you, I can't believe that. I saw this one guy. He was he was going on and on about this watch and why everybody should buy it, and all of the other ones were crappy. And yeah, what is wrong with that person? So, we don't need to do that. I mean, uh, there are all kinds of different watches that I don't like, that I can't stand to look at. Some of which are very expensive, and but I don't, you don't say that to people. I mean, it's like telling your wife her outfit makes you look fat. That'll get you a broken head. No, he didn't have horns, Clyde. It was somebody else. But it's just sort of nuts. Everybody be nice. Um, okay, you might get a CB. Bought one last year. Movement died in 3 weeks. Sold to Govberg. Rash decision. Should have. Yeah, Tracy. By the way, I uh, I got both of my FP Journs. For those of you who are thinking of getting them, wear red underwear. Don? Yeah, I have no idea. Anyway, um, what I would suggest, because I got yes, Durham Blues I do love. Alexander, thank you. One of the things that I'd suggest for FP Journe, and especially from if you get them and you really don't know that much about their history. I mean, even if you get the papers for them, you don't know if they've been serviced or anything else about them. So on both of mine, I took them in for service, and the service is expensive, but believe me, it's worth it. In fact, in addition to the service, I had an overhaul on both of them, and so it's sort of like having sort of a start point. And so if you if you get an older one, um, I would definitely, and you have no idea when the last service is on it, get them serviced. And like I said, it is expensive, but in the long run, it's worth it. The fact that you had a Tracy when you took your CB, that's the time to send it in and have them overhaul it. And then that is service plus. replacing a whole lot of other parts and everything. They send it back to you when they're finished. You get a brand new band, and one of their bands costs about $400. So I mean, it's like it is expensive, but boy, I tell you, they really do a good job. If you're in the United States, they send them down to Miami. If you're in Europe, I imagine they just send them to Geneva. My Chronomet Blue service cost $2,500 and came out like new. Yeah, Victor, that's Victor, did you have Victor, did you have the overhaul also on your Chrononet Blue? Whoa, your datagraph service costs $35. Wow, that is expensive. AP millinery is awkward on the wrist. I had Miss Sarati once upon a time. Miss Sarati. Okay. Often do you really need it to serve as considering it's not a daily wear? Boy, it was for me, or it is for me. Like I said, I got to put mine away. I wear them all the time. I like to wear all my watches all the time. I'd have them up and down my arm like some street corner salesman or something. Probably could have went without it, but I like the peace of mind. Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah, I just. How many watches do I have? I don't have that many. I have. Let me see. I got 4 right here. That's how about it? I'll go with 4. No, I don't have that many. That's another thing I want to do. I want to, you know, here are the feet. What I want to do, I want to sort of start getting not scaling down my collection size and just have just certain watches in there, and it's really hard to give up any of them. What's your philosophy on service? Oh, Don, my philosophy on service is, oh, that's a good question. Well, I've got, I don't know how many of you guys know Art Ledbetter, but I would tell it Art, I've got this, this guy that I found. He's a watch repairman from the very old school. And I don't know how many of you know the, Elton John's Pinball Wizard. Well, this guy is sort of like a pinball wizard, except he's a wizard with watches. He's like the deaf, dumb, blind kid. He doesn't use a time graph or anything else. So I took some watches into him, and he's really old. He only shows up in the morning. And when I talk about someone being really old, you know they're old. And so he does all of this stuff with them without any kind of modern stuff, and they turn out perfectly. So so this guy, and they hit me up for $20 for the work. I can't believe it. So that's one type of, on my lesser lights, they get service that way. It's usually something I broke, in my pretentious watchmaking efforts. So that's one thing is my wizard that I have. Another guy who was really good. He wasn't that expensive. It was like $350 for a service. This guy was excellent, but he retired. I called him one day and I said, "Oh, should I take my watches out to the regular place?" And he said, "I retired." So finding somebody good is, I think, very important. And if you've got something, a really top-notch watch, I mean, like a Patek Philippe, for example, have them do it over at the New York City has a service center, and that would be expensive. But Patek Philippe's are expensive. Same thing with FP Journes. This watch, I just hope it never needs service. It's this double hairspring. The people at H. Moser told me that it was so expensive to make the thing that they quit doing it, except for like 20 a year, and that's all they're going to have. I don't know. Okay, maybe I'll find a Space View Centenario NOS box and papers, but I don't think so. I like GS9. Okay, Grand. Yeah. No, I don't know if he speaks English or not. I think he may be Russian, because the owner of the guy, he's really a cool guy too. His whole guy, he takes it and he looks at the watch and he moves in his head and fixes it. I think he looks at it. He does it with his eyes. He's really good. Okay, a 6497 base watch. Oh, good, Steve. Yeah. What did you get the ST 36 or did you get an ETA? Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. This one is, by the way, this is a 67 6790 6497, and the way you can tell between the 97 and the 98 is that the subdials are at 9 o'clock on the 7, at 6 o'clock on the 8. By the way, a term that I sort of like, rather than small seconds, they refer to them as eccentric seconds. Something about that I like. Okay, Malin said that double hairspring costs as much as a tourbillon to make, and they would need to price them that way if they continued making them. Yes, that's true. That's why I'm so glad I got one. I told you guys about this a long time ago when they still had them available. Um, well, all right, no way. I had heard a similar thing. Hero 74. Okay, and looking at a tourbillon, I think I know what you mean. Okay, Steve, let's see. Chinesium movement, California. Oh, wow, that's you have the California dial with the small seconds at 9 o'clock, right, Steve? That because I've got the California dial with the small seconds at 6 o'clock. You can see this is my California dial, and right at the bottom down here is one at 6 o'clock. And the pinball wizard was the guy who serviced my the the movement I'm going to make for it. So I mean, use for it. After I broke it, he fixed it up for me. Okay. I just say that he said it in a couple of interviews. Yeah, he did. I heard the same thing in something. Um, Even 74, maybe it is more complicated than we think. I, I never thought of it as that. All I know was that they're making them in very small pips. JLC double hairspring watches run for 25,000 plus MSRP. Wow, these they're going to sell them for 32,000. So I know Clyde tried to get one, and somebody got it before. If I see any, I'll tell you guys about them because they're fun to have. They really are, and they're really great timekeepers. I mean, not that is the most important thing. Okay, let's see. All right, interesting. Which model has it? Curious. It's the correct movement for my dial choice. Thanks for your comment and content on making one. Yeah, the dial choice. Well, your dials have, well, they can have the small seconds anywhere, but usually they're at 6 o'clock or at 9 o'clock where they have the sub dial. And so if you get one at 6 o'clock, then you get the 98. If you get them at 9 o'clock, then you get the 97. On the first one I made, it was one of my favorites. In fact, it was my favorite. I made one with an enamel dial and snipped off the second hand so that I could have just this really nice enamel dial with hour and minutes only, and that I really enjoy doing. Uh, but that was why that was for a special one that I did. Okay, get the deadbeat second. They don't. This I don't think this has deadbeat seconds. To tell you the truth, I never noticed. Nope. It doesn't have the deadbeat seconds on the double hairspring. Um, what it has is the double hairsprings keep the pivot point on the point because they're going in opposite direction. Okay, watch fishing. I'm in love with the AP Jules out of Mar. Oh, come on, man. You know I don't know those numbers. Ultra thin. It's like I like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like the A B C D E F G. Um, I like the caliber 6 Lang and Hine. Okay, it's the one with the trigonal bridge, and it's time only. Then the other one is something else. The Jules Audemars, yeah, Jules Audemars Mars I really like too. Those are neat watches. Um, the JLCs. My opinion of the Jules, I don't know which one that is. To tell you the truth, it's an ultra thin Jules Audemars. Is that sort of their version of the Calatrava type of watch? Yeah, exactly. AP has a new classic watch design, none Royal Oak coming out on January 18th. Wow, I didn't know that. Um, okay. All right. So it's like it's AP's version of the Calatrava patrimony that Weston has at school. Well, he does have curtains. Curtains? What? Who has curtains? I've got curtains behind me and in front of me. All right. Some are okay. Some are a bit meh. Hello. Hello. How are you? Um, yeah, I don't memorize reference numbers. I don't. I know a few. I know my Patek Philippe. The only reason I know the reference number of my Patek Philippe is it's 3468, and 68 is 2 times 34. That's the easiest one to remember. Hi, Michael. So it. Okay, so what are some other things you guys are thinking about doing for next year? We talked about some of the things. Um, hey, Dick. Let me see. Curtains. Sign. Yeah. Um, oh, I have a hard time remembering my address. I don't. I have a hard time remembering my phone number because everything is automatic. I just hit a button and I have everything dialed into my phone on that. Okay, more Parmigianis for next year. Yes, yes, more of those. Um, no, 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 no. Clyde, you try to become a French pirate, they'd make you walk the plank. Next year, we'll pay for you a visit. All of us? Let's see. I do not know my either. Let's see. I find that being on. Yeah, yeah, it is. The idea, if you're on a waiting list, is that you save for the one that you're on a waiting list for. Oh, man, I tell you, we got to get together, Healer. We will do it. Okay. Um. Let's see. Why? Yeah. Hey, Paul. Yeah, Paul's review. We're the same watch I settled with in 2017. 2017 was when I got most of my recent watches, with the exception of my Maurice Lacroix. Um, Franken watch. That's a weird thing to say. Is this a crappy live stream? Let's see. Can hose down the poop deck. Oh, gross. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Rich. I think I did. Um, Yesterday I had on my resonance, but the one for some reason I like to wear is my CS Comet Supreme. That one is it's a comfortable watch. It's clear. I just enjoy it. Oh, okay, Franken, thank you. Oh, I see. That's his name. I get it now. All right, Franken. Okay, Medtronic Swiss Army Quartz. There you go. That was something. By the way, too, I'd mentioned that before. The whole idea of what people like in terms of watches. It could be anything. It's so weird to hear people get all upset about somebody having a taste in a watch that they don't like. Eh. Okay, watch official. I was looking at a Blancpain 50 Fathoms Bathyscape ceramic blue dial yesterday. Beautiful dive watch. That is beautiful. Frank, that's okay. All right, let's see. I did that recently. Went down to 6 watches. Ah, okay. I don't think I could get down to 6 watches, but I might. Um, it's really funny. There's certain watches that I just tend to put on again and again. Um, I like my Parmigianis. For some reason, that blue one, my powder blue Parmigiani, one reason I like wearing it is that when I go on walks, I can wear it. I can wear it. And then I got some new bands for my hemispheres. And so now I can wear my hemispheres on walk because I have some bands for more activity on that. Oh, let's see. That's 7 pieces right now. I the number isn't as important, I think, as the enjoyment you get out of them. By the way, I don't count the ones that I make as part of it. So let's see. Parmesan blue dials. They're really nice. Yeah, they're very nice. Also too, with with a long sleeve dress shirt, the blue and then the blue dial looks really nice. Uh, yeah, they are underrated. By the way, too, underrated is a watch collector's best friend. I've said that a lot of times. Because they get you can get better prices on them and everything else. Their black dials aren't bad. Yeah, I like them. I like the black dials on the Parmigianis. Those are on the culprits. Those look neat. Um, art letter. I keep calling him Ledbetter. I don't Lederer. I think is the pronounce for his watch. There's another guy. His name is Claude or Clive or something like that. He's got a very nice Hebdo Damari with a black dial, so it matches his heart. Okay, let's see. Too many nice options. Yeah, it's true. Hey, howdy. When I set the time on my Parmigiani, the minute hand jumps. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, it happened on mine too, howdy. What I found out is I just give it a little back pressure. Come on, Halen, none of this. You're gonna eat my Parmigiani. All right. Um, oh yeah, some of the newer ones. By the way, this is one that I really am interested in, um, and that is Marco Lang's father. He's got some watches now. I think there are like 2 stores in Germany where they have them. Um, he his marketing guy contacted me after I did the video on the Rolf Lang, and they were talking about coming to the U.S. Now, I'm going to be over there in the spring, and we may meet up then. But what I'm hoping is to have an interview with him, like I did with Nick English on the Bremont, and then the ones I was able to get at the Watch Time show. Because that, it's fun to talk to these guys, and if you can sort of get them off of I'm sure every time they have an interview, they get asked the same questions, and I like to try to get to different kinds of things, not to throw them off their game, but rather because I'm interested in them. Just like the whole phenomena of all of these really great um, watchmakers using the slower um, vibrations per hour, and that's so cool. I've worn an Apple Watch exclusively since my 25th. My wife got it for me. None of my mechanical watches are wound at this point. I'll use that tomorrow. Yeah, and something you should. My God, I, I, I've had Apple computers since 1983, and I still have them in a phone and so forth. But I only use them to set the time or look at my computer to look at the time on it. Uh, JLC. Jaja LeCoultre. Now that's a brand I really like. There's something about them I like. My wife. One of the reasons I like them so much is this. My wife has one of the ladies' small reversos, and the thing about a small dial or a small movement in a watch um, is that they have a hard time doing as well as the bigger ones. That's how come I like the case filling movement. But boy, her little reversal, that thing keeps wonderful time, and that's just a wonderful watch. I love it. Um, so I'm for that. Okay, let's see. Yes, we are. Is being overlooked lately. You're right. I blame Tim Mosso. What is I? Okay, definitely lots of deals there. Um, okay, well, listen, I'm only supposed to my 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 timer. I'm only supposed to have 30 minutes of of live time, and anyway, tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow we got the Sunday video comes out. What are your thoughts on the speedy reduced and its ETA plus Du Bois de Praz movement? I'm thinking about getting one. I don't know about that. By speedy reduced, does that mean reduced in price? And does the speedy have the what's that called? I can never the Daniel's what you call it? The escapement, the Daniel's. God, why can't I think of it called? What is that called? Okay, wear your motor tomorrow. Anyway, okay, guys. Coaxial. That's it, Rich. I keep forgetting coaxial. Yes, thank you, guys. I always forget coaxial. If it has Mr. Teddy 3, if it's got a coaxial, that makes up for a lot. Thank you all for coming, and I hope this. I won't be able to have a conversation, but tomorrow I have laid out all of my plans for next year. Hope you guys see it. Take care. Bye bye.